All right, guys, first video here from Madden 21 Next Gen as far as my film study. So we'll take a look at some positive things that's actually happening in this particular video. And I got some other videos as well where we're going to question some things. But of course, I'm going to remind you guys to subscribe, cut on your notifications, and hit that like button. But let's get back into it here, guys. Let's take a look. We're going to look at the trenches and we'll look at coverage and a few different things. And then, the final piece that I want to talk about will be later on in the video. But as we take a look at the trenches, I will say that things seem to be playing out a little better in the trenches. As far as the player interaction, I still need to see more chaos in there. I still need to see more, things like leverage and a player's physical mass and things like that be more of a factor. More chaos, more movement going on in there, because you still kind of get those static animations, even though, it feels like it's a little more fluidity to it, but we all know that a lot of that is still canned situations in the trenches. So we definitely want to still address that. But this is Tampa 2, and I want you to pay attention to, how this cornerback is playing this. Okay, this is really good in my opinion when you talk about Tampa 2 and, his responsibility is more so underneath. But I think he recognizes, and I say think because I don't know how it's programmed, but, it looks like he's recognizing the fact that there's no other threats coming his way. There's nobody else going underneath. So it appears that he's going to carry this a little more. And this is important to point out because we all know there are some coverage bugs out there. A lot of guys have already pointed it out. The Madden team has already, put a tweet out saying that they're going to be addressing zone logic, et cetera, et cetera. It seems like we're going through the same song and dance every year, man. But I feel like if they could get the zone logic together for next gen, it's going to be a very interesting situation, man, because of the player movement and, the positive things that next gen is actually showing. I want to see it at its best. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it perform at its best. And then we can move from there. But look at Mac Wilson here. I even like how he's, keeping his head on a swivel. Turns left, comes back right, and goes back left. But I just like the player movement right there, and I like his wherewithal, trying to look for whoever's coming his way. And this is what we're going to focus on in this video, man. There's a couple things here that I want to point out. As you can see, like I said, this is a cover 2. It's Tampa 2, and I'm running verticals here. And I have basically trips here on the right. And we all have seen this route. But my anticipation is I'm just going to read number 28 here. Who's he going to take? Is it a zone situation is the first thing I'm going to look for? And is he going to stay inside or push someone inside? And what is Denzel Ward going to do? And once I recognize what happened here, I was able to make a hole shot. But what's important, look at the ball placement here. And again, the passing game could be a lot better as well. I still don't think, the passing game itself as far as placement is not on the level of All Pro Football 2K8. And, my APF fans will understand what I'm talking about there. And it's crazy that I'm even saying that about a game that's produced here in 2020. But the fact that I was able to throw this ball on the outside shoulder because I'm throwing away from defense, I like this. And I like the fact that this plays out cleanly. There's no warp or shift from Denzel Ward. There's no warp or shift from number 28. This was allowed to just play out. And this is why I have to continue to make these type of videos, because you see spots like this. You see little bright spots like this that play out in Madden. And I'm be honest with you, I'm seeing quite a few of them on next gen. But it makes me wonder how come this doesn't happen all the time. Why does the ugly continue to rear its head? Interesting. But that's all I got for this one, guys. We'll be back with more. Don't forget to subscribe, cut on your notifications, hit that like button. Catch you in the next one. Peace.